Welcome back to Lynn's Spotlight Daily, your daily scoop of entertainment buzz. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is no stranger to reinvention. Over the last decade and a half, we've seen legacy characters evolve, new heroes emerge, and entire franchises shift tone and direction. Now, Marvel Studios is taking another bold step by rebranding its upcoming film Thunderbolts into a new Avengers, a move that's as symbolic as it is strategic. At the center of this transformation is Sebastian Stan, once again returning as Bucky Barnes, the fan-favorite former Winter Soldier who continues to redefine his place in a post-Captain America world. This rebranding is more than a cosmetic change. It marks a thematic shift in the way Marvel is choosing to tell stories in a post-Endgame universe. The Thunderbolts, long considered the MCU's band of anti-heroes, are being presented in this film not as outlaws or expendables, but as the next wave of Earth's mightiest heroes. And Bucky Barnes, flawed, reluctant, yet ultimately noble, is positioned as their emotional core. In a playful and clever promotional stunt, Sebastian Stan was seen replacing old Thunderbolts posters with updated versions bearing the new title, The New Avengers. This wasn't just for laughs. The marketing cleverly mirrored the in-universe narrative, where the Thunderbolts are rebranded by government and media forces as the public face of heroism. It's an ironic twist, considering that many of these characters have dark pasts, questionable morals, or complicated motives. But in the absence of the original Avengers, the world is desperate for a new team to believe in, and image matters more than integrity. Stan's participation in the marketing campaign says a lot about his ongoing commitment to the character and to the franchise. Bucky Barnes has had one of the most dynamic arcs in the MCU, starting as a loyal best friend in Captain America, the first Avenger, transforming into a brainwashed assassin in The Winter Soldier, and then slowly reclaiming his identity across multiple films and the Disney Plus series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, Bucky is not just surviving, he's leading. One of the standout moments in the new Avengers, and one that's already generating plenty of conversation, is a scene where Bucky casually cleans his high-tech vibranium arm in a dishwasher. It's a small, almost absurd visual gag, but one that reveals a lot about the film's tone. Initially, Stan wasn't sold on it. He reportedly thought the scene was too silly and out of place for a character like Bucky, whose past is so steeped in trauma and regret. But after seeing how it played in the final cut, he changed his mind. It was weird at first, he admitted in a recent interview, but I realized it's actually a really human moment. The MCU can be so epic and serious, sometimes the little things help balance that out. It's a scene that humanizes Bucky in an unexpected way. Despite his enhanced abilities and dark history, he still has to deal with the mundane realities of life, like cleaning up. That combination of grounded detail and superhero absurdity has become one of Marvel's most reliable storytelling tools. As the Thunderbolts step into the role of the new Avengers, Bucky's position in the group takes on new significance. He's no longer just a loner seeking redemption, he's the most experienced operative on the team, someone who has seen the best and worst of humanity and is still standing. While other members of the team, like U.S. Agent Wyatt Russell, Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, and Red Guardian David Harbour, bring power and skill, it's Bucky who holds the group together with quiet resilience and unspoken wisdom. Marvel's decision to center Bucky in this new chapter is a smart one. He's a legacy character who still feels contemporary, someone who bridges the gap between old-school Avengers and the emerging generation. And Stan brings a grounded intensity to the role that's both compelling and relatable. He doesn't play Bucky as a superhero. He plays him as a man trying to move forward, inch by inch, even when the world insists on pulling him back. Stan and Russell recently revealed that a particularly fun gag involving Marvel's Fantastic Four was cut from the film's post-credits scene. According to them, the scene was designed as a tongue-in-cheek teaser for the arrival of Reed Richards and company, offering fans a taste of what's to come in Phase 6 of the MCU. While the moment didn't make it into the final film, its mere existence suggests that the new Avengers is more connected to the wider MCU than early promotional materials implied. This kind of post-credit tease is classic Marvel. Even as one story wraps up, another begins. And the fact that the new Avengers even brushed up against Fantastic Four territory is a clear indication of how big the stakes are becoming. It's easy to forget how far Sebastian Stan has come. Born in Romania and raised in the US, Stan has spoken candidly about the culture shock he experienced as a child immigrant. Acting wasn't just a career, it was a way to express things he couldn't always articulate growing up. That emotional authenticity has become one of his trademarks, and it's likely what makes Bucky Barnes feel so real, even in the most surreal of circumstances. Stan remains one of the more low-key stars in the Marvel roster. He doesn't chase the spotlight, rarely makes headlines for personal drama, and focuses intensely on the craft. In interviews, he often reflects on the privilege and responsibility of playing Bucky, a character who resonates deeply with fans coping with trauma, PTSD, or the search for personal identity. "I think people see Bucky as someone who's been through the worst but keeps going," Stan once said. That's really powerful. With the new Avengers, Marvel is entering a new phase, not just in terms of storytelling, but in tone, structure, and themes. The original Avengers represented idealism, duty, and sacrifice. This new lineup is messier, more complicated, and arguably more human. They aren't perfect. They've made mistakes. But they're stepping up when the world needs them, and that counts for something. For Bucky Barnes, this could be the beginning of a new chapter, or perhaps the closing of an old one. Either way, Sebastian Stan is proving once again why he's one of the most enduring and quietly essential actors in the Marvel Universe. As audiences prepare to meet the new Avengers, one thing is clear: the age of clean-cut heroes is over. In its place, Marvel offers us a new kind of team, flawed, funny, resilient, and a new kind of leader in Bucky Barnes. And honestly, if he wants to clean his arm in the dishwasher, he's earned it.